Nothing. It was nothing. And yet I still have this pain that comes on that's worse with breathing in, and it lasts for a little while and it comes and goes, but it hurts me. It really does. And that's when I'll say, okay. The other time would be if a person has been coughing a lot, either from asthma or from bronchitis, cold, whatever it is that we're talking about. Okay. To remind you of the motion palpation that would lead you to the costosternal adjustment, I'm going to need somebody to assist me with the demo of this particular adjustment, Ryan. Thank you. I'm going to have you sit facing this one. And I'm going to need your bum right at the edge. Okay. Remember this goofy posture we made you get into? So to assess Ryan's left, you take your right hand. Bring your two fingers either this way or this way to trap the head of a rib, so you're just lateral to the sternum. The other hand comes underneath your patient's arm. Dr. Dunn did it like this. You're going to let go. And do it like, and I do it like this because I can't stand the chicken wing. It gets in my way. You are going to be in a fencer stance where one leg is in front and one leg is almost 180 degrees behind. Not completely 180 degrees, maybe 160 degrees behind. Your patient's back is going to be resting on your sternum. So just like I'm a chair. Nice and heavy. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bring your patient backwards into extension. When you are in extension, you should feel the head of the rib translate superiorly. You're going to elevate the arm. By the way, if you need to feel higher up ribs, you need higher arm elevation. The lower down you are, the less elevation of the arm you need. The higher up you are, the more elevation of the arm that you need. When you elevate the arm, you should feel the rib translate laterally, and then you're going to rotate your patient. And as you rotate your patient, you should feel the head of the rib separate a little bit from the sternum. So, this is the sternum, this is the rib. You bring them backwards, it slides up. You lift the arm, it slides laterally. You rotate, you should feel a separation like this. Okay. Okay, so you don't have to do it so slow. Hurt?
No.
Okay. Hurt?
No.
Okay, good. So, we'll just do this for show. This one is not moving very well in my estimation, so I'm happy to set up and adjust on this one. Okay, so rib number 2 on the left, there is a costosternal fixation. You take this motion palpation and you turn it into an adjustment with just a little bit of a twist. So the reason we made you get all goofy here is because this is how you set up for the adjustment. Instead of coming and trapping your fingers to the head of the rib like this, what you are doing is you are either taking a thenar contact or a hypothenar contact, and you are sliding onto the head of the rib. We need to take out skin slack so that we don't slip off. So what I usually do is I slide on from medial to lateral. So just be careful of ladies because breasts can get in the way. So what you can either do, I usually set up as a thenar contact, so I'll always make sure that my hand is out like this so that there's no cupping. Or you can do this. Okay? Doesn't matter. Okay. Now, my other hand is going to come under, and I'm going to reinforce that contact. So it looks very similar, doesn't it? Now, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to let you go because it's going to hurt if I do this slow. Okay, so I'm going to move Ryan the same way that I moved him in the motion palpation, with a little bit of a twist. Remember how I said when he moves backward, I expect the rib to move superiorly. So when I move him backward, I'm going to apply a slightly superior glide to my arm. I'm going to start pushing the rib slightly superior. So taking out the joint slack. And when I elevate the arm, I expected the rib to translate laterally. So I'm going to push a little bit laterally on the rib head, because that's the direction it was supposed to go. And then when I rotate, I knew that on rotation, the rib was supposed to separate in a rotary sort of way. So when I rotate him, I'm going to push in rotation along the rib. I'm not pushing backwards. I'm pushing in the same line that I'm moving my arm. Push, 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 push. Eventually, I'm going to feel like I can't move it anymore, so now it's time to thrust. The thrust will be a quick rotation. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay, let's just find it. So, lean back on me. That's on. Okay, so he's going to breathe in and breathe out, and on the breath out, I'm going to push backwards, push laterally, rotate, rotate, and thrust. Okay, breath in, right up.